I thought I'd just make a little video here on my current collection of Norinco handguns and some Chinese guns that they're often referred to as Norincos, but they actually are not Norincos. I figured now's the time to make it because there's the handgun freeze, so I won't be in Canada anyways. I won't be getting any more for at least the next couple years until it's possibly reversed in the future. But for now, this is my collection. So I'll just show some of the various ones I have. To start off with the Norincos, I think this is one of the best firearms that they made. This is the what Norinco refers to as the NZ85B, which is a copy of the CZ85. The difference between the 85 and the 75, I believe, is just that it's ambient extras. It just has the safety on either side. That's what the difference is. Norinco does this in 40 caliber also. I've added these Packmeyer grips. It took a little bit of just a little bit refinement to the grips, and that could be the same for the actual CZ pistols themselves. Sometimes these grips need a little bit of work to get them on. Like, they're not on there perfect. You can see just a little bit of like, they're not exactly perfect, but they fit okay. The screw holes and everything lines up, and they're much better than the smooth plastic ones that are supplied with this firearm from the factory. I featured most of these guns, or maybe all of them, in videos before. The next one I'll go to here is the Model 77B, which is a very interesting, unique firearm. And here's the markings on it. The Model 77B. And it's made at Factory 316, which is there on the slide. It's a very unique firearm. It's a fixed blowback barrel, and then it has the cocking mechanism. I featured it in another video, and it's a very unique pistol, and I'm happy to have this one. I've had a couple of them in the past. I should mention the I don't think there's a factory number. It must be factory 246, if you can see on the writing there, the 246 after the 16. That must be the factory number that made this pistol. I'm only assuming, because it isn't written in a triangle. Usually on these pistols it's always in a triangle. You can see the shape on the 77B. The numbers are shaped like a triangle for whatever reason, I don't know. Next is a not so Norinco, which is the 1911. And I can't remember what the Norinco designation is, but this is a Roger Catenko custom 1911, which it looks exactly like how the Norincos are, but it's been completely redone by Roger Catenko. Everybody knows, or should know, that the steel in Norinco guns is just like legendary, and a lot of competition race guns in Canada, I'm assuming the US too, but in Canada a lot of guns have been built on those frames. Like, people strip out the gun and you just use the frame because the steel is so good for customizing. Next is the Tokarev clone, and this isn't a direct, this is the 9mm. It is a model M54. Oh, this isn't the 9mm, this is the 7.62, and which this is basically a copy of the Chinese military pistol, the Type 54, and I featured it in a video before. And this is it here. You can see the designation there on the slide. It's a little bit rough, but it's basically a copy of a military, like a cheap military pistol, and it's a copy of that. So it works. It's a good pistol. I don't know what else I would say about it, and I can't see a factory number on it, so that's a mystery one there. Then we have the 9mm, which is not an exact copy of the military type pistol. It's sort of its own little animal. It's the 9mm. It's the model 213, and this one it does say it's made in factory 66, right above the grip there. And so there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's just a copy, but it isn't a direct copy from the military gun. Then I'll go to the actual Chinese military tokarevs, which is like this here. You can see the writing on top of the slide. And this one was made in 1964. In this one also, it has some writing on the slide stop. I don't know if that's a carryover from when they were using Russian parts or Russian tooling. But that's this one. That's the 64 Type 54. And then my other one, I just got another one because they're so cheap, and they're interesting guns. And both of these were made in factory 66, and this is a 1967 example. And you can see the markings on here. And this one doesn't have the that little bit of writing on the slide stop. They're interesting, cheap little guns. Then we have the CF98s, and now a lot of people refer to them as Norincos. They call them Norinco CF98s, and that. And they're not, like, if it's a Norinco firearm, it'll say Norinco on it. You can see the markings on this one, the CF98-9, and then you've got the 235. I'm assuming the 235 is the factory. This is the older version here, which has the like the double feed magazine on it. It's excellent pistol. And then I have the newer variant of it also. And this one has less information. This is how that's written on the slide. There's no way to tell what factory it was actually made in, that I know of. And again, it's not a Norinco product, like, per se. Like, a lot of these, like, Norinco's like the parent company of all these, basically, but they're not what I would say is an actual Norinco firearm. And this is the newer variant, which has more of the Beretta Browning high power type magazine. Just like this, single feed. Works just as good. So that's basically just my little collection of Norincos and, like, not so Norinco guns. Just thought I would do a video on it, so thank you for watching.